Hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Let's Learn the Mods. Today we're going to start our Gregtech portion of Let's Learn the Mods. So, to get started, we're going to cover the blast furnace. The blast furnace is used generally to make steel, tungsten steel, and other forms of various metals such as aluminum and whatnot in Gregtech. Your very first blast furnace that you'll ever make is the bronze blast furnace. Now what this does is it doesn't require any sort of power or anything, but it is required to be built like this. So what you need is bronze plated bricks built in a pattern such as this, and then you need your bronze blast furnace brick right here. So if take that out, put that back in. If you build it like that, it'll work. Any other way, it won't work. And all you need to do for this is put in your coal and iron. So take that goes in there, and then it'll ever so slowly make steel. Like I said, this is your basic thing that you start off with. As you move on and get more steel and whatnot, and a lot of iron and such, you'll be able to make this thing called a industrial blast furnace. Now, what this is it allows you to, like I said, make everything that I kind of listed off. So let's get started. So how I usually build this is I take an MFE, I'll put it down here. Oh, whoops. Before that, let's actually get the industrial blast furnace down. And then I usually put a MV transform right here with the high end facing down. That'll prevent this from blowing up because it can only take 128 EU per tick. And then I'll put an MFE there. The reason I do that is because if you run out of power, literally you'll lose all progress on the thing you're trying to create, and it'll continue to waste energy until you apply the right amount of current again, as well as have enough energy to complete the thing. So what I usually do is, to prevent the waste of power, I'll set this to do not output energy if it receives a redstone signal. So what I usually do is just toss the lever down, hit that, and it'll stop releasing power. Now, to kind of build the basic structure of a blast furnace, you can use standard, reinforced, and advanced machine casings. The difference between each of them is each one has a kind of more heat capacity that can use to smelt things. This machine casing right here is the lowest. And whenever you're building this, you also need to put 2 lava blocks in the center, and then cap this off like so. And there you go. That's your basic blast furnace. As you can see, 1,520 K capacity is the most we can get from just regular machine casings. If you look here, you'll see the amount of EU required, the time it'll take, the max energy it can take, which is 120 EU per tick, and the heat capacity is 1,500. If you don't at least have this heat capacity, you won't be able to do the item. But we have like 1,500 in this case. But let's take an example like tungsten. As you can see, this takes 2,500. So you're probably wondering, how do you get that? Well, let me show you. So we'll build this, and we're going to use reinforced machine casings this time. There we go. Put the lava in the center. There we go. More lava, and then this. Alright, so if we take a look in here, we'll see that this has a 2,200 capacity. So we're short 300 capacity. So what do you think we can do for that? Well, we can use advanced machine casings. Only these are ridiculously expensive. But we do kind of have a way around that. So let's build one of these up again, out of just reinforced, and then I'll show you kind of the way around using like all of these machine casings for the furnace. Alright, so as you know, we have 2,200 capacity, so let's start breaking these off. and then adding on advanced machine casings. 2,280. All right, so just need a little more, it seems, and we'll get closer to our 2,360. So let's break off a couple more. 2,440. So I think if we do like 3 more, we're done. There we go. Now we have a 2,500 capacity. So now we are able to smelt tungsten. So that's the amount of advanced machine casings you need to make tungsten. You can also do the same over here. Let's say we didn't want like all reinforced machine casings. We kind of wanted a cheaper form. We could break these off if we wanted to, all these, like all this, and put the standard machine casings on. See, we get a lesser capacity, but it's used, it's cheaper that way. So it's really up to you how you customize these. Just know that different recipes need different capacities. I believe 2,500 being the highest. Oh, nope. See, 3,000 for Inderium. 3,000 for Fluxed Electrum Ingot. And, yeah. So, and then 3,000 for hot tungsten steel. So, that's the basics on industrial blast furnaces. So, let's actually make some steel. I'm gonna show you what happens if you actually don't provide it enough power, so you can kind of know. All right, so we'll take that, and then we're gonna take some iron ingot. There we go. And then we're gonna take some coal dust because these require coal dust as opposed to straight coal. So coal dust. Whoops. All right. Not that. Coal dust. Okay, good. All right, so let's provide it a little bit of power, and we have it set so it doesn't output right now because of this lever. So take that off, and this will start charging up its internal buffer. The internal buffer isn't that much. It's just enough to kind of get by. So let's start by just tossing all this in and see what happens when we run out of power. Alright, see, we're getting close to the point where we're going to run out of power. And when we do, let's go check the industrial blast furnace and see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, we're out of power. And what will happen is this will actually stop doing its thing. See, insufficient energy line. So you just flip the switch and get enough power in there. So we're going to have enough power now. And you just flip the switch again. It'll keep saying insufficient energy line until it actually completes a craft. So keep that in mind. Even if your energy line's good, it'll still say that until it actually completes doing one thing. So it's gonna complete doing the steel and move on to the next one. And there we go, stealing it with some dark ash. So that's how you make the industrial blast furnaces. I hope this was an informative video, and I'll see you all later.